A number of years ago, I came across this quote by Eckhart Tolle, or Eckhart Tolle, whichever is the right way to say it. And it goes like this: stop looking outside for scraps of pleasure or fulfillment, for validation, security, or love. You have treasure within you that is infinitely greater than anything the world can offer. And when I first heard this, it stood out. But I didn't really understand what he was saying. And this is something that stood out when I saw it again. And I think while this can sound accurate, I mean, looking outside for approval and acceptance and validation can lead to a very unstable existence, because of course sometimes people will accept us and sometimes they won't, and although one person might accept us at one point in time, they might not at another. So it's very unstable to look towards others for validation, security, or love. However, what I thought when I saw this again is that while this can sound accurate, if someone is not in a good way and deep within them, or just within them, they feel empty and fearful and needy and even experience a lot of self-hate, then something like this might sound right, might sound true. But based on what is going on within them, emotionally it's not going to make any sense. And through doing a fair amount of work on myself, what I can see is that as I have worked through many layers and I've let go of lots of stuff and got in touch with the treasure, as Eckhart Tolle has said in this quote, then it is a lot easier for me to experience these things, and I have less of a need to look outside for validation, security and love. However, this has taken me a number of years, many years in fact, to get to this point. So I think it's not just a case of hearing this and okay, I'm all done now, I'm no longer going to do that. I mean, that can be a mental approach that someone can take. They can just go along with it, and then that can be another affirmation. But unless they deal with the pain within them and work through the layers, they're never truly going to embrace the treasure that is within them. And this is a process. Of course, the more someone does this work, the closer they get to the treasure, and it can be something they experience on a more consistent basis instead of getting close to this treasure now and then. But it can take a lot of courage and being patient and persistent to work through the pain and to really get in there so that this treasure that Tolle is talking about can be found. And this is something that can take place with the assistance of a therapist or a healer. And it can be a very challenging thing to do, but through doing this work, someone can embrace their treasure and no longer be dependent on other people, relying on the scraps of the world, scraps of pleasure and fulfillment, as Tolle has said, because they will be sourcing these things from within instead of looking instead of looking without, instead of trying to source this stuff from the external world, they will be sourcing it from within. So this is going to lead to more inner peace, harmony and fulfillment. So if you are finding it hard to connect to your treasure, then perhaps reaching out for support will help you to find it.